Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to my news channel. If you can, subscribe and like, and I'll keep on bringing you some videos and news. I report on the Rams as well. But today, I'm going to be reporting on why is it the Build Back Better plan stalled. I knew a few months ago, a while ago, Biden said that he was going to come out with a Build Back Better plan, but it still hasn't happened. So I took some notes on it, put some paragraphs together, and I'm going to be reading them out loud and share with you what the holdup is. So let's jump right into it. We're all wondering what happened to the projected tax rises for 2022. Senator Manchin stated that the Build Back Better Act was simply too pricey. Senator Manchin cited rising inflation, the expense of extending the child tax credit, and the Build Back Better Act's potential to jeopardize the electric grid's dependability as reasons not to support it. So Senator Manchin is the one that's voting against it, or is holding it up actually, because he disagrees with it. So he's not getting on board to vote for it. This week, the Senate indicated that it will be examining potential rule changes involving the filibuster in order to act on voting rights. So does that make the Build Back Better bill dead? The BBB. BBB stands for Build Back Better Act. So what happened there is that the Senate is going to concentrate on the filibuster and potential rule changes in order to act on voting rights. And they just put the BBB on the back burner. And some people are saying, hey, that bill just might die. They just might forget about it, and it may never happen, especially with Manchin not wanting to jump on board and vote yes on it, help pass it. The Build Back Better Act may follow the same path as the Affordable Care Act, which was revised in November and December, but didn't pass until March. So that's good news. It looks like it's taking that same approach that the other Affordable Care Act took, where in November and December it was revised. And that's what's happening. That's what Manchin wants some changes to the Build Back Better Act in order for him to jump on board. Let's continue. And so then the Affordable Care Act did end up passing in March of 2021. So what's the problem about extending the American Rescue Plan's child tax credit benefits? Many Americans were unaware of the CTC, which stands for Child Tax Credit, CTC, big adjustment, until they received surprise IRS payments in July. Yeah, it wasn't the fact that I didn't believe them. I mean, that I wasn't aware of it. My issue was I didn't believe them. I didn't believe it was really going to happen, that we were just going to get payments like that. And it happened. So it was true. But supposedly, I guess a lot of people were actually unaware of the CTC, child tax credit. But in July, those payments came in. They landed. American Rescue Plan's CTC enhancements expired on December 31st, 1st, 2021. So in January, we're not getting any tax credits deposited in your bank account or checks. In fact, many, including Senator Manchin, believe the BBB, Build Back Better Act, is really a budgetary gimmick. As for the budget scores, the opposition expects the enlarged child tax credit to last 10 years, matching the planned legislative timeframe. So what's happening there is that so the senators and the congressmen and women are planning to increase taxes for the next 10 years to pay for it. And it doesn't match the fact that the child tax credit is only going to last a year. And Manchin has an issue with that. But let's continue. Legislative time frame is not matching. This isn't the only part of the act that worries him. In a West Virginia radio interview, Manchin said, "The same bill I have in front of me right now that they keep putting in front of me was the same $6 trillion bill from the beginning. The only thing that changed was the time element in which they would pay for things." And I said, that's disingenuous to tell someone who's getting a tax credit it goes away in 1 year. Okay. Or someone who gets any one of these other services, it goes away in 2 or 3 years, when we are basically trying to increase taxes for 10 years to pay for them. And that's the truth, according to Manchin. And he continues, "When they first brought the bill out, I said, Chuck Schumer, there is nothing in there about accountability, holding people accountable. There is no work requirement. There is no means testing to where you are targeting the people that really need it." So a thought that comes up on that statement from Manchin is accountability for people who really need it. What? Like, if they're low income, they're low income. Even if they're working and they're low income, and if they're not working and they're low income, they should get that tax because of their tax bracket. But what do I know? Targeting people that really need it. So there's no means testing to where you are targeting the people that really need it. Huh? What tax bracket are they in? How much do you make a year? 400,000? You don't need it. How much do you make? I make 30,000 a year. Yeah, you might need some help or could use some help, especially with the inflation happening. No brainer on that one. Energy tax credits is something else he was concerned about. Manchin. Senator Manchin's concerned about energy tax credit. One further point of conflict between Senator Manchin and the Democrats is the BBB's plan energy ideas. The BBB Act contains major energy tax credits, including new and enhanced benefits for hydrogen, wind, solar, and nuclear energy. According to the existing bill, Manchin stated on December 19th, I quote, "Enacted, the bill will also risk the reliability of our electric grid and increase our dependence on foreign supply chains. The energy transition my colleagues seek is already well underway in the United States of America. In the last 2 years as chairman of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, and with bipartisan support, we have invested billions of dollars into clean energy technologies so we can continue to lead the world in reducing emissions through innovation, Manchin says. But to do so at a rate that is faster than the technology or the markets allow will have catastrophic consequences for the American people that we have seen in both Texas and California in the last 2 years. Now, the thoughts that arise on what Manchin just said, or I just quoted what he said. He said it on a radio interview. It's like what happened in Texas is that they didn't spend enough money to upgrade their grid and technology. So how does that example being a good example? I don't believe it is. In order to have better technology, you got to invest in creators, in engineers. So you need more money, and you're holding it back, but at the same time, you're worried about electric grids failing? That doesn't make sense, bro. Anyways, perhaps I misunderstood that. The good news is, on December 20th, the United Mine Workers of America encouraged Senator Manchin. Okay, so to put things in context, the United Mine Workers of America, they're from Manchin State. I think it's South Carolina, or where's Manchin from? Virginia or something like that. So these mine workers, so where Manchin's from is the mine workers. There's a lot of mine workers in that state. And on December 20th, the United Mine Workers of America encouraged Senator Manchin to change his position on the BBB Act, the Build Back Better Act. And they had a statement put out. And the UMWA, the United Mine Workers of America, stated, the Build Back Better legislation includes several items that we believe are important for our members and their communities, some of which are part of the UMWA's principles for energy transition we laid out last spring. And they go on to say, the bill includes language that will provide tax incentives to encourage manufacturers to build facilities in the coal fields. Wow, does it really? Incentives, tax, that's awesome. That is a great idea. The bill includes language that will provide tax incentives to encourage manufacturers to build facilities in the coal fields that would employ thousands of coal miners who have lost their jobs. We support that and are ready to help supply those plants with a trained professional workforce. But now the potential for those jobs is significantly threatened. Manchin, because of Manchin. We are disappointed that the bill will not pass. We urge Senator Manchin to revisit his opposition to the legislation and work with his colleagues to pass something that will help keep coal miners working and have a meaningful impact on our members, their families, and their communities. While many were prepared to exhale relief that the BBB Act was dead and the tax code change could be averted, really shouldn't yet. While the upcoming midterm elections and pressure from the United Mine Workers of America, Senator Manchin may return to the negotiating table. Yeah, I think he will, because a lot of those people are voters. I bet every single one of those mine workers are voters. They're in the union. They're active. Yeah, they're participating. Senator Manchin may return to the negotiating table. Some economists and government officials believe that the peak of inflation has passed. Despite this, Senator Manchin's support for the BBB Act will certainly necessitate considerable modifications. So in other words, he wants modifications done to the Build Back Better Act. And we'll see what modifications occur. Let's go. I'm rooting for you, Democrats. Manchin, you're a Democrat. Jump on board with your colleagues and let's get this bill passed. Let's move forward so we could use our energy elsewhere. Have a good night. Oh yeah, please subscribe. It helps me continue making videos. Like, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Thank you.